This is episode 8, part 2 of Pitchin' It with Bid. In this episode, Prima Thammaraks and Jan Meechai talk about their professional careers, including Jan's remarkable start at the age of 18, just 3 years after she started playing. The two friends also compare their playing styles and talk about Stage 2 2019 Q-School, where Jan caddied for Prima. And they also discuss how wild it is that their job is playing golf all over the world. All this and more in part 2. As always, thanks for listening. And please like, rate, comment, subscribe, and share.
Well, what was the state of, like, I guess golf in general, but specifically women's golf in Thailand at that time? Like, who are some people that did you just decide, or when did you guys both decide that you wanted to play professionally or had dreams of playing professionally?
I turned pro when I was like 17.
2 years after you started playing golf?
Yeah.
We're already like winning tournaments in China, right, Jan?
Excuse me?
Like you were already like winning tournaments in China.
When I was 18. No.
Yeah, like a year after that.
Yeah. But it's
Yeah.
but it's funny. But that time it's so funny that win. I have so many stories, so that win I don't have my pitching wedge in my bag.
Why?
Yeah, Ben. In China tour we play only 3 days, and then the second round on last hole, I hit it like 110. The second shot in the hole, like I hold out from second shot with my pitching wedge. Yeah, whatever. And then I gave it. I remember I gave it to my caddy. I don't know. I gave it to my caddy. I gave it to her. And then I'm so happy because I made an eagle, and then I made the cut, and then that time it's just made the cut. It's made me happy. So I go back to the hotel and then come back for the final rounds. When I warmed up, no pitching wedge. I was like, where is my pitching wedge? And then she go find it. And then she couldn't find it. She said like, no pitching wedge. I was like,
Like, bear in mind, this is in China, right? So you can't really...
Yeah, in China, like they can't really speak English. So I have to speak in Chinese, but she couldn't find my pitching wedge anyway. So I pretty lost a little bit, but I have a plan in like on my own plan. My own plan is don't hit the driver to the like 100 something yards that you have to use the pitching wedge.
Good plan, Jan.
Yeah, but you couldn't control your driver though.
Oh my gosh.
But every time that it's in between the club, so I have no choice. I have to use my 52, but it's end up good. So anyway, that day I hit 9 under.
What?
Oh my.
9. I hit 62. Is it? No, 63.
I don't think I knew the story with the without the pitching wedge.
Without the pitching wedge.
Oh my gosh.
And I won that tournament by 1 stroke.
Wow. Okay, this is the girl that calls me every day in the off season and be like, Prim, because we're not talented, we need to practice a lot. Let's go to golf. This is the girl. Like 3 years after she first touched a club, she did this. Oh my gosh, can't believe it.
Without a pitching wedge?
Yeah, but it's a good plan though.
I think I shot 9 under before. That's crazy. crazy.
But it's crazy. It's so crazy. I made every putt, like a long putt, long, like 30 yards putt, long putt.
30 yards putt?
Everything. Yeah, I made one from
Big green.
that, but I hit it
It's a
so
big
close,
green.
like so many shots that I hit it so close, and then I made it because of my 52. Because normally I will use my pitching wedge though.
Yeah.
That with that distance, but I don't have it.
Jan, what the heck? This is why more people don't know your story. I don't know, but hopefully. What the heck? 3 years after you started playing golf, you're already shooting 63s with not enough club. I mean, not even a full bag.
But the week before I won in Thai though. But I think that time, I think I feel good, so that's why I play good. The week before I play in China, I won in Thailand first, then play in China next week, so I won in China again.
Back to back.
Back-to-back win. What can I say?
What can you say?
And my
What
friend is
am I doing right now?
cool.
What in the world? So
Yeah, it's a great story. So
it is a great story. So
This is like, man, she never tells me this stuff.
you haven't heard? Oh yeah, because you've only known each other for like 5 years now, or 6 years.
Not once that it came up in our friendship where, like, you know, that time that I actually had my first big win, I didn't have my pitching wedge, and I shot 9 under.
Hey, did you have any bogeys?
no, not at all.
Bogey free.
I even hit in the water, but I made par. Yeah, bogey free. Yeah,
Wow.
Okay, have you shot 9 under again?
no, not at all.
It's the pitching wedge.
It's because of the pitching wedge. Yeah,
Yeah, you have to.
my caddy, she was like,
Did you find
jump,
it?
jump, jump.
What happened to it? Your pitching wedge.
I don't know. It's just gone.
Forever?
Yeah, and no one can find that.
Wow.
Maybe someone has it up on their wall somewhere.
I'm pretty sure, yeah. Like, in your caddy's house, I think there's your pitching wedge frame, like, up above the TV in the living room. Is Shani's pitching wedge.
And you know, I was gonna like fire her when the practice round because she like on her phone like every time. She not focused on her job at all. But I just realized that she have to like remember the score, like put the score in the phone.
I
was like,
did.
oh.
I did.
Yeah, so I was okay, she's just doing her job.
My
Just play, Jan.
so nice, and he was doing the same thing, and I thought he was on his phone because it looks like a phone.
Yeah, he had to record the score.
They had to do live scoring.
Yeah.
Practice rounds?
No.
Yeah,
in the-
even the practice round, she have to put something in.
But like it's crazy. I'm like, no phone, like no phone. and he's like,
She tried to speak in Chinese, but
he's like,
it doesn't work.
yeah, okay, I know. And then I'm like, no, you don't know. Like you up, and I argue with the like rules official. I'm like, Chris, you cannot fine me or you cannot like give me penalties because my caddy like wouldn't put his phone away. And then they're like, Prima, it's a live scoring. Like, oh. So many fun stories in China.
Oh my goodness. So you got me lost for words momentarily. I'm trying to wrap my head around what
The fact that what Jen just told you.
Yeah. Because, there's some things
It's
that
fun.
I've been naturally there's things I'm naturally pretty good at. I would say several things. Like, say sports wise, I'm pretty good at most sports. Like you can pick it up and be like pretty good.
Uh-huh.
But to go to like here starting to like professional in 3 years, and then not only that, like the whole thing, that's so wild to me.
It is.
But I was listening. So like with my clubs, so I still have the same thing though. I have 258 degrees in my bag right now.
Why?
Okay.
Why?
And see, there are people that have 258. Thank you,
No,
Ben.
Prim, but
You
you
too?
cannot take 258 in the round that you play in LPGA.
You can't use the same club.
No.
I want to because one is so good in the bunker, and one is so good.
Ben, it's so weird.
I
Like, she should take advantage from, like, you know?
Okay.
But some courses, I don't need my 4-iron though. You know?
Yeah, I leave. What do I have? I have a. So wait, that's a real rule though. You can't. It's
No.
14 clubs, but you can't have two of this. Wait, but Phil like used 2 drivers.
You can.
You can, but
Oh.
but you don't want to in LPGA. When you in the tournament day, why you want to have like 52, 58?
Well, my reasoning is much different because I'm not the level like of you guys. So my reasoning is I have one that is my older one that I used for a long time, and I don't mind like the bunkers I play in aren't always like great. So there's like it's rough and stuff. My other 58 is a Hanma wedge that I bought when I was in LA, and I was like, yeah, I don't have that kind of money where I'm throwing around like buying a bunch of nice clubs. I just like, yeah, I don't want to scratch this. Like, this is like a grass. This is a grass only club. So, so that's my reasoning. I did also, but I used to carry 2 pitching wedges. One was from an older set, which I used exclusively for like chipping. Like, 'cause I was really good at it. So like for me growing up, it was just I spent when I got hooked on, I should say, like age 15, 16 when I started playing a lot. But I would just practice short game because like I didn't want to pay for range balls or whatever. So I would just go and chip and putt and chip and putt and chip and putt. So I got really pretty good at that. But I used this pitching wedge to chip a lot. And I got so comfortable with it. When I got a new full set of irons, that pitching wedge, it didn't give me the same launch angle with the ball when I was chipping. So I just kept the other pitching wedge for a while. But yeah, that's.
I think it's whatever works, right? Like people shouldn't judge you, especially when you're such good friends to them. Like,
Yeah. And there's different levels of bounce and like all that stuff,
I know.
Well, who has the better short game?
More comfortable. Like just more comfortable. I think Jan. In the bunkers, definitely Jan right now. Bunkers have not been my good friends. So I love the bunkers. That's like the worst. You always love something that doesn't love you back. And then but bunker has not been my friends lately, but I still love it. I still love bunkers.
But I like her golf game. It can be like really really good if she had more patience. I caddy for Ben. We have a lot of stories.
Oh gosh.
So I caddy for her on.
When we're together, it's like
I caddy for her last year for the second stage Q-School.
I remember that. I think I remember seeing it
in Florida. Yeah, in Florida, right?
I hate that course.
Yeah, she have no
I didn't say that about any course actually.
confidence about that course.
I just feel like
because
if there's a course that doesn't like my game, it's that course.
Yeah, she said that. I was like, no, Prim, you got this. You play so good. You hit you hit it so well, and then her driver, you know, she hit like a mile and then straight. She loved her driver, so I was like, I saw the shots that she played. Like she can be like really good, really good LPGA. Like she can play in the LPGA for and then
like where I like
and then
saying such nice things to me.
And then the first round, like the first tournament round, you know what she hit? Like the practice day, she hit it so good. Like everything, it's perfect. The first shot that she hit the driver, it
hit like 50 yards right.
Yeah, way right. Like cross the
other fairway.
What do you call like all the trees? Like cross to the other side.
Yeah. You know when like two holes comes back to each other?
Yeah.
And there's like a tree line. You hit a shot so far right that you, instead of telling it to stop, like you tell it to keep going into the other fairway. Like, that was the shot. That was yeah.
and Prim, it's the people who like need only like 20 minutes to warm up.
Yeah, I don't
to warming up. I was so panicked.
Yeah.
Because she went to the range. We have like 25 minutes left. And she just like went to the range. Do nothing. Just hit some balls.
I got a text one time from Dottie Ardina after a round, and she said, "Did you know how much time you used to warm up this morning?" I'm like, how do you know this information? And then she's like, my caddy told me that you arrived at the range like 18 minutes before your tee times today. And I'm like, oh, great.
Yeah, I'm kind of like the person who like I need at least like an hour to hit the balls and then, you know, practice warming up everything.
Proud of it.
You just need like 10 minutes. And I was like,
yeah,
I'm so panicked and then nervous because I'm afraid that she's not gonna make it. You know what I mean, right?
But then I'm there before. I'm at the course before.
But but she at the course before. But she just do the stuff like stretching or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
like as long as I do my exercises, like I'm ready.
Yeah, but when she hit and then she go like, okay, I'm done. I was like, okay, and then she go ship, and then she go putt, and then we went off to the tee. Like we have 5 minutes. Like they're gonna announce her names. I was like, Prim, your yardage is still in the back. Blah blah blah. I have to put like the water in the score, and then your pin sheet, everything. And she was like, oh, calm down.
I'm like, I'm like, Jan, calm down. Like, it's fine. Like, you're making me nervous.
Yeah.
Hitting the ball.
And the first shot that she hit, right. I was laughing.
You laughed?
I was laughing, yeah.
On the tee.
Yeah, I was like...
So this is what I was telling you. You should have spent at least 5 more minutes warming up. Like,
no, because like she was so nervous, like what she was saying before I teed off, right?
Yeah.
That I was so afraid that she wasn't gonna calm down. So like when I hit the shot and it kept going into the other fairway, and then I saw that she laughed, like I was okay. Like I'm like, okay, it's gonna be fine. Like she calmed down, my ball's in the fairway, there's nothing to worry about. Like we're good. Like let's do this.
I laughed because she said like keep going right. Keep going right. I was like, yeah, exactly. Yeah, and then that day we ended up like 4 under or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
I hit it back on the green.
Yeah, and she hit it back on the green, and then we're talking about like some stupid things like
Yeah.
on the course, like that 5 hours.
But like, to be honest, like I really don't like that course. Like I think that course is so hard, and mentally I think it does something to me. That I'm like so damaged by it that I'm so grateful that Jan was there that week, and I think that was why like I played so well, because I'm just so happy that she was there, that I wasn't like really worried about the course.
I tried to talk to her like some stuff.
Yeah.
But we always talk about like other stuff instead of golf. You know,
So
we
what's
don't really talk about the golf.
What's your caddy grade for Jan?
A+.
Oh. No,
A?
but then she need more patience actually. It's happening. I'm the one who play golf like with the patience. Like if par 5 I can reachable, I will go for it. Of course, like 100%. But I have to make sure that I'm gonna cover the like bunker or the water that you know.
You want to know
I have to
100%.
make sure that 100%. Yeah. If not, I'm gonna play safe, but safe 100%. You know what I mean, right?
Yeah.
You're not gonna be like, okay, 190 to the water. Okay, I'm gonna play 185. No, I'm gonna play like 170. You know what I mean, right? But Prim, it's the people who play 189 to the water.
No.
Yes.
Okay, I don't like where this is going. Okay, can we change the topic?
No, this is the best part. But the things that I like it about her, like she has like a lot of confidence about that this was wished good when you play golf, you know. So the par 5, we have one par 5 on the first round. Like you can reachable. She hit the driver so good. We have like 210 yards to the pin.
No.
And I was like, I take out the cover on, like I take out the 3 woods and then take out of the cover. Like after she told me the distance, I didn't do the distance. She do the distance. So I was like, take out the 3 woods and then gonna give it to her. And then she asked me, are we gonna lay up?
We lay up? I said, should we
Can we lay up? Can we play with the 8 iron? I was like, Prim, it's only 210.
No.
And she was like,
no, it wasn't. It was further.
yeah. No, it's 210, but into the wind.
I think it was 210 to carry the water, but it was like 220 to get to the pin. But still, like the lie was so good. Like it was, the ball couldn't.
Because I go check the line first. Everything is perfect.
Right.
The ball, it's like, you know, like on the. It's look like it's on the
it's
tee
like
or something. Yeah.
It was made to go for it.
Exactly.
Yeah. And I was like, why you want to lay up with the 8 iron? And I gave it, but I give the 8 iron to her because, you know, if the like golfer have no confidence.
Yeah, it's like 4%.
Yeah, she's not gonna make it. So I gave it to her, and then she practiced her swing, and then she asked me again, should we go for it? I was like, take out the 3 wood, give it to her, and then Prim, it's only 200 to cover the water. You can go for it.
2 practice swing, and then I look up and I'm like, should we? And here's like Jan.
Yeah, and then she hit it like 1 yard short of the green.
Yeah. No, but I think
she hit it so good.
I know, like Jan and I think we have really different style. Like our game is very different, and like that particular, like I think that's why it's so good to like practice together, because like I think we help each other with our weaker parts in our games, and that course, especially like when I know that this course doesn't suit my game, I feel like it suits her. So I give her trust, I guess.
Trust.
And I know if it's not 100%, like she wouldn't let me go for it. So when she said we should go for it, like I feel like there's no way I'm gonna hit this in the water, because if Jan said it's okay, like there's no way, like there's zero chance. But yeah, I ended up hitting it, and I looked at the line. I'm like, oh, this is just too good to go to waste.
Like, laid up your shot.
Yeah.
And then...
Yeah. Right.
And for a course that you hate, to go 4 under.
And she played 4 under like
Every
3 days.
Yeah.
Well, shoot. So
She was a leader though on the last day.
I think like that was the highlight. Honestly, that was the highlight of my year. Like I had a win last year, like a team win last year, and I break some personal record. But I think that particular tournament was like the best part, just because like I think as a professional athlete, like if there's always some hurdle that that it's not like a big thing where people on the outside expect you to have. Like I think everybody has their own little hurdle that they're trying to get over, and like that tournament was so good. Like I felt so good like after that tournament, and I felt like I'm so happy to finally, because like I miss my first year at Q-School. I miss second stage. Like I missed that second stage. Right after college, I tried Q-School, and I missed at second stage. I didn't even go to final stage. And I felt like that was such a disappointment, because I felt so good. Like I felt like, okay, I'm done with college now. Like I could do anything, And I didn't play well there. And it was just so hard. I think it really brought me down. But then I gained my confidence back up, and I got my card the next year. But that year I actually didn't play second stage. Like I got exempt, like through second stage. Actually, maybe I did. I did play second stage. Yeah, I did play second stage, but like I was really close to the cut line again. And then it was like a different kind of happy feeling that I had, was like, oh, like you finally like made it through. But then it wasn't like you played well that you made it through. Yeah. So like for me, that last time this year was like a big thing. Like I was really happy with the tournament. I was really happy with, with Jan and with my game. So like, I think that was definitely by far like the biggest highlight of the year, not because of like the numbers or the money or the what's at stake, but just because I was out there and my best friend was out there with me, and we did so well, like it was just so fun. But
yeah, it is so fun.
It didn't feel like a tournament though, would you say?
Yeah, because I'm a caddy, so I feel nothing.
Like I feel like it doesn't feel like a tournament, because
we cooked, like she yeah we
like
cooked, and when we went to the Disneyland before we went there.
Okay.
And like even when we're on the course like playing, I didn't feel like it was a tournament. It was just because like that was actually the first time that Jan caddied for me, like ever.
Yeah, I never caddied for her before.
Actually, Jan never caddied before. Maybe.
Yeah.
Did you ask her, or did Jan offer?
I asked her. Or no, actually you offered. I called her up and I asked her if she would give me her old caddy's number, who like played for her at second stage before, and she's like, if I have to go to final stage, I might as well come. Like I can caddy, like, because I told her, I'm like, I mean, I don't want to get a professional caddy. At least I know her old caddy, and I think she knows the course well and stuff like that. So I called her up and asked for her caddy's phone number, and I kind of explained my situation to her, that I kind of wanted someone to, just be there, like, through the week. And just, Q-School can be kind of stressful. So to be able to, take your mind off of it, and someone you actually enjoyed being with. So when I think after I said that, Jan was like, I mean, I could do it. Like, she's like, I don't think I'm going to be good at it. Of course she said that, but I'm like, are you serious? Like, if you can do it, I would take you on a heartbeat. Like, I mean, I know you've never caddied before, but I think that was partly why I was so nervous, like, on the first day. I'm like, okay, right. I'm going to be fine, but, like, I don't know if you're going to be fine as a caddy. Like, I don't know if you're going to start, like, yelling at me.
But I'm the slowest caddy, like, ever. I walk so slow.
Like, Ben, it was so funny because, like, we didn't talk anything about golf. And obviously, right, like, we didn't show up at the range more than 20 minutes before my tee time. But, like, I mean, we're there in the parking lot doing our warm-ups. And, like, our last day, I think we went straight to the tee.
Yeah. She didn't even warm up.
Nothing?
Yeah, she only shipped, like, some few balls and then go.
Yeah.
That sounds like my typical rounds.
Yeah.
I play, like...
Yeah,
like,
it looked like your typical.
Get it? Like, when you go play with your friends and when you're in the off season, you show up, you feel great, and you feel like you're going to play well without warming up, right? Like, I don't see anybody warming up, like, an hour before you go out when you're and then you on the tee, you still feel like you're gonna go and do great. Like, that's how I feel.
Yeah, but because of the final round, she's like a leader. And then I think that day she had no passion at all. And I asked the things that I asked her, that if you win, you're gonna get some money or something.
What the heck?
She said no. Okay. We are so bad that day. We are like walk around, like, she don't want to play. I know that she don't want to play, and she played like 3 overs or something.
I tried so hard.
I know, but it's just you have no passions because you win for nothing.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Ben, I actually asked her, like,
if she did that.
If you finish the first, are you gonna get some money or something? She said no. So I was like,
yeah, I think you had no passion. Like, I was trying. I think you had no. I don't know about you, but
no. But the third hole, you hit it almost into the OB, so I know that you have no passions.
That's not true. That's not true. Yeah. That hole
again. The hole that she gonna go, like, the hole that I want her to go for it, the par 5.
Yeah.
And the final round, she hit it almost, like, it's only 1 yard or 2 yards.
I thought it went into the out of bounds.
Yeah, I thought it went in because we played a provisional ball. And then it's not in. And she was like, okay, I'm going to go this way, and then I'm going to cut it with my 5 wood.
Yeah.
And I was like,
wait. The line is like this. Like, the ball is so far below your feet. Like,
then you imagine, like, Florida course. Left side, it's a tree. And then after the tree, it's like an OB line. And then after the OB line, it's a house, like all the way house.
Yeah.
All the way house. I want her to play, like, lay up because it's par 5. Because it's par 5. And it's the third shot, it's not going to be, like, over 170. Yeah. You know what I mean? You can play, like, you can even get the birdie from that. So I was like, okay, Prim, go play like low draw. I want her to hit like low draw, but if it's not draw, it's fine. So just take the 6 iron and then play, like, hit it there. And Prim was like, no, I'm gonna take my 5 wood and then cut it. I was like, wait, where are you gonna go? So she gonna start it. Oh my god, she gonna start her ball into the house and cut it
across the house, across the tree,
bam,
into the
bam. Yeah, she gonna cut it. I was like, no, Prim,
what's wrong with
no.
that? And
The point is,
we were arguing.
she gonna end her ball into the jungle again. I was like, no, what the heck are you thinking?
There's a pond in front, and this
Yeah,
is one.
it's have like a water in front of the green, and then if she hit that, even she hit like super good shot, it's gonna end up in the water because it's fate.
No.
Yeah.
Water is 180, 190, and like I would only hit it 189. So it would just be short of the water. This is one of those situations, Jen.
And then I was like, no. I give her the 6 iron and then I walk away with the push cart.
No.
And she's so angry with me. Like she's so like,
and she threw it into the fairway, like far away from where we're arguing. She's like, "You're not getting that." I'm like, "Give me the
not
like this. You want this?" I'm like,
yeah, but I was like, it's not a golf game, Prim. It's par 5. Calm down. It's not a par 3.
I'm like, honestly. So there's houses on the left side, and then there's 3 lines, right? And then on this hill, there's this hill where there's 15 spectators like on that hill, and right off that hill down like is the pond, is the water, right? So
you want to finish the ball. It's like in the people who sit there.
Yeah, I'm like,
what are you thinking?
My concern is that how am I gonna inform those people like 200 yards out that if my ball doesn't cut, it's gonna go straight like into them. Like if it doesn't cut enough, and like me weighing the fact that both of us would probably have to yell at them to let them know like to move. Like I feel like, okay, I'll hit the irons. Like, you know what?
Oh, that's it. That's what got you to change your mind.
Yeah.
And you know what? The third shot, she had only her 8 iron.
Yeah, that's true.
It's only 140 to the pin. I was like, Prim, she almost made the birdie though. But after we hit the third shot, I was like, okay, tell me where you're gonna finish your ball. Like if I let you play your 5 wood,
yeah,
you're gonna finish your ball in the water, in the pond. And why you want?
What was the best case scenario? What was the result of that shot?
I would hit it to like 75 yards. Have a pitch in.
Off of fairway or rough?
It would probably be.
You have no idea.
At that point, I couldn't see. We couldn't see. It probably, honestly, it would probably be in the pond. Yeah.
No one gonna play that shot.
You never know. See, there's no
you trust me. So if
no,
the point is, if you play and then you couldn't finish it like on the green, if the result is not like on the green and into the water, I'm not gonna let you play.
Like if you wanted to play this shot,
you cannot made it from that on the green.
See, this girl, like, she's so serious. I don't know why she's so serious.
No.
It's just golf. It's just golf.
No, but Prim,
know what?
you're on the second stage. You have to make this. You cannot make 8.
Okay, Ben, that's true. That's true. I think she's just trying not to make me make 8, like, big numbers.
Yeah. Well, you know what?
That day, we had a few spectators because I was in the leader group. I was in the final group. So we had like a number of spectators like walking with us. My caddy is like 100 yards behind me. And then she's like not into my game at all. One of the 2 girls that I was playing with, they made like really good saves or made really good birdies or something. And like everybody was clapping. And I'm about to putt and Jan's finally getting up on the green. And then I can hear her talking to herself. She's like, why are they even clapping? Like, everybody in this group is going to make it through. They're not going to get anything from winning. And I'm like, shoot, I probably shouldn't tell her. I probably should just tell her that you get something. Like, you know, that's why everybody is trying so hard, including me. Oh my God. But she's like, why is everybody even clapping? Like,
Why?
Like, why are you even watching this group? There's no excitement. Everybody's gonna get through.
Well, Prima was trying to bring the excitement. She wanted to play a 50-yard cut over houses and trees.
I know, right?
But Jan knows what's up. She's like, this tournament is not about this, or stage 2 is not about entertainment. This is about getting you to the next stage. That's what it's about. That's all we care about.
I think that's like the hardest because like you're gonna laugh at this, but this actually happened. Like I actually had a really serious like sit down talk with my coach and my family that just a few years ago actually. This might be off season of 2018, but I actually set them all down and I told them that I'm probably not made to be a professional golfer. Like I don't think I can play golf for money because every shot I hit, I want to hit it in the hole. and I every time that I see the ball, I need to hit the ball. Like, no matter where I am, no matter how far I am from the hole, like I want to hit it in the hole, like not close to the hole, like in the hole. It's like once you see the shot and you hit it, I think that's the best feeling ever. Like, I
agree.
Better than winning. Yeah, like better than winning and better than anything. Like that gives you the excitement. Like that. That's why I play golf. Like,
but not this course.
That feeling when you see.
Hey.
That feeling like when you see it and you hit it, it's like the best feeling ever, and it doesn't have to be what everyone thinks you should do. You know, it's like what you think you see and how you feel it. And when you go up to the shot and you hit it and it's like exactly how you imagine it, it's like, wow, like that's beyond words. Like that's why I started to play golf. Like that's why I wanted to play golf today. But I've been with people who make money playing golf. That's not how they play golf. So, I don't know if I'm right for this job.
Hey, you definitely are. And I just want to tell you that I can totally relate to you because I've had probably 3 times where I saw the shot and then I hit it exactly how I saw it. All 3 times. It's been the best feeling ever.
right?
That's great. No, Ben, but you cannot play like
well,
that on the tournament day, especially in the plantation golf course. It's have one shot.
Every course, Dan. Like that's not how you make it.
Okay, Prima, I just want to know, like, if Jan had not been there, or if you had someone else caddy for you, or no caddy that week, would you have hit that shot?
I would. I think, yeah, definitely, I would. Like, I saw that shot. Then you walked up and you see the shot. Like, this shot is gonna cut.
Are you a natural, like, do you play fade or draw?
I play both,
Okay,
but I think naturally I would say draw.
naturally draw, but you feel really comfortable with that fade.
It's set up for fade. Like,
Don't worry, Jan. I'm not gonna talk her into being more aggressive than she already is. Don't worry. That's
No, Ben, she cannot go up like over
She can't go
this
any
level
higher?
because she already like on the top.
there was another hole. I still remember this to this day. Like, we were arguing. It was into the wind. Like, that course, the wind can blow like so much. And this one hole, it's completely open.
Yeah.
And we're arguing over 8 or 7 on the fairway. And I'm like, I looked at her, the wind is howling in your face, and I'm like, Jan, if I hit an 8 iron, like, even if I hit it perfect, even if I hit the best 8 iron of my life, it's gonna come up 3 feet short. Like, it's gonna come up 3 feet short. And Jan looked at me and she's like, you have your putter? I have your putter is right here. Like, why do you have your putter? And I'm like, okay, fine. So I gripped it so strongly, like this, and I brought it in, like, I juiced it. I completely juiced that 8 iron, and then it went like to the back of the green, almost into the back bunker. And Dan is like,
No.
Prim, see?
Actually, she wanna hit like, okay, I wanna hit like easy 7. I was like,
Yeah, I want to hit
no,
it.
Prim, it's only like 130 to the front, and then even with the wind, you only like +5. You have like probably you can hit 140, and then it's gonna release a little bit because the pin was front, so it's gonna aim perfect.
Yeah.
And she was like, no, it's not. It's gonna be short. Blah blah blah. I was like, Prim, let's go with the 8. Full 8.
I'm realizing after the tournament that the green was like concrete. Like,
after the tournament, you figured it out.
yes, after the tournament, it was so firm. So unless I dunked it, there's no way the ball is going in the hole. So, but this was after the tournament, so we had our good arguing over the shot going on. And Jan would not let me forget that moment.
So after that week of Jan caddying for you, how many shots do you think Jan saved?
That week alone, a lot. I think, I don't know, probably between 4 and 20.
What?
Oh, because that shot on that par 5, you would have ended up in the water, and then you would have done like the tin cup thing. You would have tried it again.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
So basically, if we can clone Jan and get Jan's clone to caddy for you, you'll be a major champion in the next 2 years.
Yeah.
Perfect caddy. And actually, I actually didn't say this, but Jan blamed herself for me not getting through Q series because literally, like, right after we got done with the tournament, we were both so tired because there's been so much golf, and then I was like so bummed out that I was so close, but I didn't get through. But I was at the same time so happy for Jan, right? But Jan was not happy. like Jan was like, looked at me and she looked so sad, and she looked at me and she was like, I'm so sorry that I had to come back for Q series. Like, I should have played better. Like, if I had only played better, I would have been on your back and we both would have had our cards. And I'm like, are you literally blaming yourself for my golf?
Oh. Do you want
I'm
to?
like, you know what? I'm gonna take that. Yeah, but you better not be coming back to next year.
You want to get even deeper? You could put you could actually make the blame go to me because do you remember in Indianapolis last year, Jan? I caught you you finished Friday on number 9 and you birdied the hole when I was there. And you said, I don't know if it was your first birdie or what, but you were like, Ben, why couldn't you have been here all day? Like, it was like my first birdie, and you showed up, and I made birdie. So if I had followed you that day, then maybe you made the cut, and then it would have been inspired you to get a win. So if you want to put it, you can blame me if you want to. You can.
But, yeah, this girl, I mean, she's too nice.
Oh my goodness!
It's so funny when we're together. We do some
never a dull moment.
And when you're not together too, like you told me the like the U.S. Open story last year was really funny.
Yeah.
Just how like the whole thing transpired.
Yes.
Calling each other. And then also this most recent time when you guys are everyone was trying to get back to Thailand, like you're just in this constant contact, and Prima's just like
like stressed out. I'm not even gonna hope anymore. Like, I hope something bad happens.
Oh my goodness.
But yeah, I think it's good that they are back safely. I mean, how was your first day at home, Jan?
good. My mom just cook everything I like. That's so good.
Food sounds good. I still need to get to
Yeah.
Thailand. Apple's like, you need to go to Thailand. Like,
Yes.
This year?
Come live
But
there?
not this time though.
I mean,
But not this time though. April, it's like May, it's super hot.
It is. Like,
I
for
heard
the
Right now it's super hot.
were you planning to come? Were you planning to be here for the holiday?
I don't think I wasn't gonna be able to make it this year. Yeah, I heard it's hot all the time. So like even when it's like not hot for Thailand, it's still hot.
Yeah. Do you not like warm weather?
I don't mind it. Look,
Okay.
I'm out there rocking the long sleeves. Actually, I started doing that since I started being out with LPGA, like covering the LPGA and stuff. Because obviously, my skin's not that great for sun. So
Get color. Red.
yeah, I can't be having that. Like, you know, then like having the camera strap on a sunburned neck, like that is not fun. Like so once I discovered
too.
You too?
Yeah, I have really bad, like I'm allergic to the sun. I shouldn't play golf though.
Well, shout out to the sleeves though, because what I noticed was, and I don't know if it's like I do think it's an American thing. Like, I can't really explain it, but like, I watched so many of the players out on tour, like on the LPGA, are all wearing long sleeves. It's like, it's so hot. Wouldn't that be really hot? And then I just talk about it with people a little bit, and they're like, it's not really that hot. Like, okay, so I try it, and like, oh, this is nice. It's not even that bad. Yes. And then like umbrellas, I actually heard spectators like scoffing at people like, oh yeah, and then you try and like, the temperature actually drops unless you're in like pure humidity. Like it's tough to escape it, but it literally helps so much. So
yes.
So yeah, that's
And it's like when you do it every week, like it's so much better than the feeling of afterwards. Like your skin is burning and you're trying to like put aloe all over, and it's just
agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember playing. So like I play one tournament a year, basically the city tournament here where I live. And the last 2 years, like I've been rocking like the long sleeves. It was like 90 degrees Fahrenheit, which is very hot here. And they're like, also, I don't know why, but I just like feel the need to wear pants. Just when I'm in the tournament round, it makes me feel like more professional.
Official?
Yeah, it makes me feel more official. Not that necessarily helps my game, but at least it makes me feel better. But they're like, everyone is out there just short sleeves and shorts, and they're like, "What are you doing? Are you so hot?" Like, nah, I'm good. Like, look, and I won't have to worry about sunburn the next day or for the next several days.
We get that a lot. Like, we don't get that in Asia though. Like, it must be like a Western thing because we do get asked that a lot.
I think it's the obsession with like being tan, which I guess there was a stage like as a teenager whenever, well, it's what everyone talked about, like, oh, it's the cool thing to do. But after like pretty quickly, I was like, a couple of really bad sunburns. It's like, this isn't fun. I don't get it. And then if you look at like who has a lot of the people from the Asian countries, the skin, like, I mean, there's genetics and other things too, but you don't see, I feel like, I really don't want this to sound like racial or anything, but like, I feel like Asian people tend to age more gracefully. Like you'll see like 40-something-year-old people in the U.S. like wrinkled and like they look like they're 60-something. I was like, well,
Yeah.
I think skincare overall is just, it's thought of more highly in the Asian countries.
I think it's just like the same thing with you guys, how like you think it's beautiful like to have tan skin. Like for us, it's very like they think it's beautiful here to have like light skin, really like baby skin, you know. So like they would be like, oh, like Ben, your skin is so good, you know, like everyone here would be like saying, no, literally, like they would do that, like they would say that. But then like I'm considered like dark here, like in Thailand, you know, and like I'm not even that like brown. But it's but it's like everybody here is so obsessed about like having whitening and you know all the aging cream.
Like that's so white, like a paper.
But like it's so funny. Like I find it so funny that everywhere you go, because we travel so much, like you get such different reactions about like your appearance, I guess. You know, because like nobody asked you why you wear long sleeves in Asia. And
like,
then,
why aren't you wearing long sleeves? Like,
right. And the best one though was that one of the tournament staff came up and asked me, and she was like, luckily it was a she. She was like, sorry, like I'm not trying to be like weird or anything, but like, how do you get your skin so shiny? I'm like, it's just sweat. Sweat. I'm like, I don't know. But like by far the best one. I'm like, I don't know. I just sweat.
Oh man. Okay, a couple more stories. I know you guys, just a couple more questions. Okay. And I appreciate you. I know it's getting kind of late there, isn't it?
I know, Jan. Good job.
Good job. Oh, actually, yeah. You guys are like the early rising crew. I don't know about Prima, but I know like May, Mo, like you guys are getting up, doing work like
5.
early.
Yeah.
And at tournaments, you guys like I'll show up there like on a practice day, like 9:30, and it's like, oh, see you guys on the putting green. It's like, okay, finish putting. Be like, all right, bye, done for the day. Like what? That's because they got your first tee time. Like they got here like right when the sun is up.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of nice though. You have a lot of like get your golf work done.
Yeah, because we want to have all day after we finish the golf.
Yeah, which is that's nice. Are you an early riser, Prima?
It is.
No,
No, not at all.
I can't.
Ask me. You have to ask me.
I would get up for golf though. Like golf is one of the things that gets me up in the morning. Like like I would rather play morning than afternoon for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, usually if I don't have anything, I can sleep like all morning. But Jan like sleeps early. Like I'm a night owl, but I can still get up. And same with May and Mo. Like they can only have a few hours of sleep and then we could get up. But
I
Jan
can't.
is like 12 hours. Like all her sleep is like green. REM sleep.
I got you.
I'm a cat.
You're a cat? Oh, yeah, they sleep a lot of hours during the day.
Yes.
True.
So this actually is not the question I was going to ask, but it inspires me. Like, so one of the craziest, like, what's the craziest thing you've done for golf? So for me, real quick, like my example is I live in Indiana. I live about 4 hours away from Chicago. So one of my good friends, he lived in Chicago for like 20 years, and that's where he learned to play. And so a few years ago, we went to meet them to go play for a couple of days. And instead of like going on a Friday night and staying the night and getting up on Saturday, we left on Saturday. But this is during the summertime, so they have to be the first group off. So they tee off literally at 5:20 a.m. Like that's when they tee off. So like the sun is right, like they're on Central Time, so like it's really right before the sun's even up. And a lot of times it's super foggy, you can't even see the fairway. But that's when they tee off. So we got up, we left at, let's see, so it takes 4 hours to get there. We had a 5:30 a.m. tee time. So that's 6:30 our time. So we left at 2:30 our time, 2:30 a.m.
Oh
we
my
left,
God.
drove straight to the golf course, got there 10 minutes before the tee time. Played 18 holes, and then at this course, they had a replay for $10. So like, let's play. So we played 18 more holes, so 36 holes. So we woke up at 2:30 a.m. Or I woke up at like midnight to drive. So that means I only slept like 2 hours before because I couldn't really sleep. So drove 4 hours, played 36 holes before 12 o'clock. So I got, all that happened in like a 12-hour window. And what?
How did you play? Do you remember?
The first eight, actually that course is so mean to me. I finally broke 80 there last summer. I shot 77 and I was very happy about that. Like I finally, for me, like conquered the, talking about that course for second stage, just like mentally. Well, for me, like I actually felt good about this course every time I played there, but I just never like played well. So like I'm like a probably 7 or 8 handicap. So I'll shoot usually between like 77 and 82-ish. That's usually where I fall. So I can play. It's just I'm not quite there to like like really post score. So anyway, it's fun though. It's just that course So anyway, I don't know. I probably shot like 84 that first 18. The second, it got like that wall. Like when you're really tired, it just hits you all of a sudden. Yeah, that's what it was.
You have to drive. That's why I asked, and then you have to drive back after.
Okay, actually, we didn't drive back.
What did you say? Okay,
yeah,
good.
we did stay. Actually, I felt really bad because we were staying with his brother.
Yeah.
There, and he's one of my really good friends too, and we were like gonna hang out and spend time together. But I got there, so we got back at like 3 p.m. We talked. I laid down to take a nap. I was out until the next morning when we played golf again at 5:30.
Wow.
But so like like I love food, so they actually they went and just something that they enjoyed growing up was getting Whoppers from Burger King. So apparently, I have no idea, but they're like, Ben's been asleep. Like, he's been asleep a long time. We should try to wake him up. They went out and got Whoppers, and they brought them into my bedroom and like put them in front of my face. They're like, the smell will surely get him up. Nope, this didn't get up. This
knocked out.
So yeah.
That was the only reason I had with that much sleep and playing 36 holes. You had to be breaking some kind of like course record or like your personal record to drive back home. Like after.
That would have been too much. Like my friend, he's done drives such like he's driven to Atlanta. It's like a 10-hour drive. He's driven to Atlanta and back. Like picked up someone in Atlanta, drove back like 20 hours. I'm not quite at that level. Like I did last year. I drove from Orlando to my home, which is like 14 hours straight.
Yeah.
That was really difficult, like by myself. When I was actually feeling really good until about an hour out, and then I started to hit me, and that's when it gets dangerous. That's why you don't want to do it, because like I'm so close, I don't want to stop. But that's also when like you're tired, isn't that good? But
yes.
So yeah, exactly. craziest thing that you've done for golf.
Crazy. Dan, do you have one? Off the top of your head.
You go first. I don't think it's.
It doesn't have to be crazy. Just.
Is it something that you play, like let's say you play golf, but you feel like it's so crazy that this happened?
Sure. Yeah.
So, in the first year, in the rookie year, 2017, my rookie year in LPGA, I play in the Walmart event. Remember, on the second round, the first 9 hole, I played so good. Like I play like 5 under, and I'm gonna make the cut like for sure. And then I made 8 on the sub par 4. And then I made double after that.
Oh gosh.
And then I made like par or something. And then I was like +1 on the last hole, on the 18 hole. Have you been there before, Ben? The 18 hole at Walmart.
No,
the par 5? No,
I have not. I've watched it, but
so it's a par 5 that the green that up, like you have to walk up. Like the third shot, you couldn't see the ball. It's blind shot. So it's par 5 that reachable, but I hit the driver into the rough. That time the cut line was 1 under, but I was like one over, so I have no chance. So I have to make an eagle. So it's impossible. So I hit the driver in the rough. So I have to lay up. So I lay up, and then I hit my third shot with the 52.
This 52.
The 52.
Yeah.
The 52.
This 52. Yeah. I hit it, and then everyone just, yeah. I was like, what happened? So I walk up, and then it went into the hole. So I made the cut that week.
Made an eagle to make cut.
Hole out.
A blind hole out.
A blind shot. And then the ball was like over and then backspin into the hole.
Into the pin.
Yeah, so but I couldn't see it.
I have a friend who came up to me and asked me, I was like, do you know this girl? Her name's Wishani. Like, she's my friend, like the girl that came up and asked me. She plays on Symmetra, but I think she played on the LPGA too. And then she came up and she asked me, like, Prim, do you know this girl? Like, Wishani. I'm like, yeah, what about her? And then she's like, it's so crazy. Like, every time I play with her, one time she eagled the last hole to make the cut, and then the other time she birdied the last hole to make the cut, like on the spot. Like every single time it's like that. I'm like,
Is it Pete Jessie หรือเปล่า?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I played with her that twice. Like it's happened with her twice.
Yeah, and she's like, it's so crazy. Like I feel like every time when I play with her and it's a Friday, no matter how bad she play, like I think she's gonna make the cut somehow on the last hole. And I'm like, yeah, I know that Rishani, all right. Like, yeah.
but that day I played with Jessie. That to make the cut.
2 days.
It's so crazy.
I don't know though. That's a hard question then. I feel like the fact that we're both like half living across the world away from family and the food that we love the most and the people that we love the most, and like we're still dreaming about food in Thailand when we're away, but we still get up and say that we love our job. That's very crazy.
Actually, when you put it that way, 100%. That's wild. Like, how many people would? Well, we know it's very, very, very tiny percentage of people that get up and hit the road. Like,
and then you take the flight like every week, change the place,
crazy,
change the bed, change the house.
Someone else's house. Like
you don't even know them.
No, you don't even know them. And the word like better, they don't even know you. Like they don't know that you're decent at golf. And then they're like completely welcomes you into their home, which I'm just like mind blown. And I'm just so grateful for golf. It's like the doors that golf is open is just crazy. But I feel like the craziest thing would probably be my first day in Iowa.
Oh shoot. You were from Bangkok, Thailand to Iowa.
But the craziest thing is like I didn't even visit. Cause like I actually signed for a different school since I was 13. And like I thought I was gonna be going there like the whole time, and it ended up changing like in the last minute. Like everything just ended up changing in the last minute, and it ended up being like a last minute decision. So I didn't had a chance to visit, right? Like I know that I really, really like the coach, and I mean, I heard that people are nice there. They have great facility. They have great golf courses. And they had good art school. So like for me, I was like, okay, let's do it. But the day that I got there was when my dad decided to flew us into the wrong airport. There is an airport that's like 40 minutes from campus, but my dad flew us into Cedar Rapids, which is like 3 hours through, cornfields,
yeah.
Like, but it's not just cornfields, because that day was when they had their worst flooding day in 2010. It was that year that they had that big flood. So it wasn't just cornfield, it was flooded cornfields. For 3 hours was my first initial welcome to Iowa sight. And then we got to campus, the whole parking lot in front of our football stadium was flooded. But it was like a dip, like you see the road that goes around the parking lot, and the parking lot like dips down, and then you see this hall that's where we had graduations. But my first sight of that parking lot was that it was a huge natural pool, and there are college students everywhere just jumping into the pond in their, like, you know, in their underwears and their bikinis. And I'm just like, what is going on here? And we got to the hotel, and they said there was no water. There was no running water. So it was after our, like, 30-something hour flight. Like, we couldn't shower. There was no running water. Like, couldn't be the worst day to be there. But it's safe to say that everything got really, like, a lot better from that day. I know it's hard to get worse, but it wasn't a good impression. Like, after that day and 3 hours of thinking, I was ready to be like, Dad, you know, maybe stay a little bit longer. I can come back with you. But it didn't happen, luckily, and it worked out for the best, and I enjoyed it. It really grew on me every day. So
Yeah. Did during that time, like that first day you're there, did it cross your mind at all, like, what am I doing here?
I think, like, every minute.
Every minute.
Definitely every minute.
It's like this. Wait, had you been to the U.S. before?
Yeah.
Okay, but
Yeah.
not Iowa.
But I've never been to the Midwest. I've
Oh,
been to Redmond in Florida.
yeah.
And I have family in California, so I spent quite a lot of time in California. And I thought that's, like, everywhere in America is like that.
Ah,
Okay, you laugh, but I, like,
no,
okay,
I'm not laughing. I'm not laughing at you. I'm just laughing at, like,
how it's not, right?
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's what, like, I think for people from other countries, the U.S. is so big. Of course, and I don't understand, like, how much smaller a lot of other countries are. But, like, you don't have as much diversity in other countries. Like Korea and Japan are mountainous countries, and I'm like more or less it's pretty similar all around. In the U.S., we have mountains, we have deserts, we have forests, we have hot, humid swamps, like literally almost every kind of climate.
Right. I agree. But, like, you know, the tour only goes where the sun goes, right?
That.
So, like, to be playing golf and to be spending so much time in California, like, I feel like I've only seen a little bit of America.
Mm.
Right? But then before, I just had such different expectations. But, like, everybody has warned me, like, every time I say Iowa or something, they'll be like, oh, like, what's there? And I'm like, what do you mean, what's there? It's, like, everywhere in the U.S., you know? Like, what are you talking about? But I actually I feel like Midwesterners are really similar to Thai people.
Oh,
like
thanks.
they're really. Are you originally from Indiana?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I think, like, everyone is just so welcoming, and, like, they're so kind. So, like, same, like, in Bangkok, you know, here I don't know, like, we're like family. Even when you go out and you see strangers, like, you refer to them as part of your family. Like, you would call them aunties or, like, uncles or sister or, like, brother. And even if you don't know them, and I feel like it's very similar, like, culturally, that in the Midwest. I don't know, especially, like, I can say for sure, like, at Iowa State, like, everybody was just so welcoming, and they treat you like their own, you know, which is really crazy, given that people in LA don't do that.
No. No. Hey, and in Iowa, you don't have to worry about traffic too much either.
Yeah, no. Like, my friend, one day we were driving back to the dorms, and there were 4 cars in front of us, in front of the traffic lights. And she's like, oh my gosh, like, the traffic is so bad today. I'm literally like, are you kidding?
Have you been to Bangkok before?
Have you been anywhere other than Iowa before? Like, or
She's like, what's going on? The traffic is so bad today. I'm like, literally. What?
oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
Fuck.
You know,
That's probably what I would say.
I think that is good. Like, that's good though, to kind of help show you. Well, I don't know. Like, for me, opens your eyes a little bit about like, wow, people, like, we all have very different experiences. So, like, for her, she's never had to deal with like real traffic before.
Yeah, like, for her, it was bad. Like, it was worse than the days before. Right? I mean,
Yeah. Oh man. Okay, last question. What are you guys looking forward to the most when you get back to competitive golf? When tour life is able to start again, what are you looking forward to the most?
Wow. The friend in the tour, I think. I miss the feeling when you in
tournament.
the events, yeah, in the tournaments. It's so great.
That's true. I miss
Yeah,
that.
when you walk in there and then and you have your friend with you, and then you have the caddy, and then everyone treat you like really good. The host family, everything.
Yeah, I miss the host family.
Yeah, it feels so good when
Yeah.
you're far from home, like you're really far from home, and then you have a host family there, like everywhere that you go, and you feel like you're at home, like every time, like every week. It's so good. It's
Yeah.
like you have family everywhere you go. I think it's the best part.
Did you hear back from our host families? Did they get our stuff?
Not with the Stephanie. Yeah.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah, it's so good because in the US the culture is so different. Like in Asia we don't really have like the host family like that.
Yeah.
So that's what I love in the US when I play there.
Okay, get some
It's
sleep. Get some
All
sleep,
right.
Jan.
Thanks, Ben.
Sorry.
See you later.
Stay safe,
Bye.
Ben.
Oh, thank you. You
Stay
too.
safe.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, stay safe.
Bye.
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 Thank you for listening to Episode 8, Part 2 of Pitchin' It with Ben. I hope you enjoyed this episode. And if you did, please like, rate, comment, subscribe, and share. See you in Episode 9.